Sabi penforce yede yaso ato from near the Eniso FM. From where I sit, any said ye memory I started a juriga yukui. And Jack Rana, I the ababa to jase or my penny Mahama. A doa any and Munyama bata nehono a baffom. Brunibeka say I drop it almost 10 percentage points. I just say a year Institute of Economic Affairs, IEA, or much as a Oman Penny Mahama. GDA Sonko Ghana for Nyan Wonimu December 20 almost year research 2025 no and net 2026 the almost year no so a sotiana ete and the diminishing return has setting and certainly almost a down for program policies any projects papa biam go akwem and I'm very confident say said you one am no say no da umbetiato team na NPP abana ya baba betwa good governance ya de eba ye no yeso yetifie no mistakes bia yeso so ye femu no ye de yesua wom say yefuno yesua de yesua de oh yesua de na yesua de na say ye ne jejeje enti eno de afutuo de emro bia so ne nyina ne say de obi eka bia no ye be mene na ye be jatum na ye tu ho anamo Kana for edoye nyese omo mpe yasem ne say niti na dodo ne kra ne kotena afio omo anto aman ne mo manza anto aman NDC was able to make sure say on niveaus no wa boa niveaus ano to win the election notwithstanding nipa more than 2 million na omo anto aba no the records are clear ye call rounds are ye kan omo ka kire yen we ni we ntina ye mpia ma meto se mo betu ho anamo a 2020 tie beba beto amamo enti no reverend kawakoma to ye wadarom afuto so adema yetie pa yetie enti no me de me wogidie mapase eniema ebesesa
menyi ni se Kofi Akonoko beka se ebesesa na Kofi ebesesa
kwawe
minia
modin kan mendawase na am the Ghana hade Yerka nkofa wopon na asema mfide anye number 1 be first and the
amen
because some the fans na aji wokuma ase no third second D western region for some kan show there the man not
imedanya mi ase
all over
meda ase
be western region for will take one kasa am the peace FM de eba evaluate ampo a ase de e ha no be etei
and evaluate a one machine bedwani wa ha o
yes
Kofi Akonoko ana anya dem no kan
Kofi Akonoku
Noku okay
e din an choso no you
oh you na mi hwe ya
today musa kojo ka ye kujo
ono be catch me free
yes enti yes ye chew
ya jodo
the man not say na de biam ka da dachi o say dey esua francophone countries no because Kwame Martin there when it comes to elections campaigning na a place like Cote d'Ivoire, just 3 months to elections, no way campaign.
Yeah.
It's about there. The rest of the 5 years, no, one more chance, my bano, your most day.
But you enter them more.
Bibi and say, Bibi in ye. Umpo se besi dana, so they to form and sana start for grounds. Na yen politics there, you know, ma. Even when you are rolling up a program now, from the initial stage, umpo bin tasa, no wakwakaya man some. Nanche on money, most anyamarukui. On your muhu. Kwame, because at the time I take over no, not Ghana de, not itumukade wobu kra.
Dam.
Not Ghana at so apansa basa. Kote into bibiade so say the ma obecherka kransana. No be abo banya ba de gudo. And then them kroma ahoto e kwamancho wo krom ha. Emo nkofo ntumunto. Wamna me yecheje nyo.
Dama.
I'm no commander college. Dekor meneme nyanko kozi nkomo no mamere hoy as December 2024 at the end of the month and mum pontum ntobi ngofie
basi si otumuto
gari na mbor ebusuafo no wonum koko anopa we di etwe wi aber enyubu so we di eto so aka ho
we say boy ni so kosoro say see e boy
ni so kosoro and we know what to do angwa nti nyamaru koye na mbabo ya bani so na badu pi na minia former MP na December 2024 eyi cities director dollars are not then Bibiano boy dead.
And over sort of fuel.
Bibiano boy dead.
And over so cool.
Bibiano boy dead. It's happening everywhere. Even in the US.
Fuel it's happening everywhere.
Now, and you go for our boy about that. Let me tell you. Fetch. There's upgrades everywhere. Now before a man bokodono, or sudden coffee be would you a dance. Now on your Ghana home could you out there? IEA now. Space not to win your now Ghana the city yaku baby. Now what's in there? Debt stock. IEA now. Monday time American. Good news over there. A cover with jail to her, which was over 740 something billion Ghana cedis. Yatu do because he's no or your prudence. You have to do 80 billion debt stock up and down from 2024 to the 80 billion Ghana cedis.
No, my borrow saying.
What's that saying? It's it. Mommy kind of family. You good le bomodin there.
And my borrow saying.
Ghana free.
My borrow
saying. On money. You have my people, the Ghanaians, the hope. Now more kind of you good. Problems no with join us and that is why prudent measures are being rolled out. Now, and I pay the Mrigo Biase honorable. Ya wajidi Ghana force wa wajidi inti what happened in 2024 it wasn't a tornado.
Mahama approval ratings are baffled. Stick to that.
It was the decision of Ghanaians wanyama na okodo
and the money approval ratings
no lose them no it's one kind I'm in parliament and I know the good policies are here rolling out we are happy and asking for God's blessings there Yankopon ankasa Obama, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, no, I then, and the ministers in Sa, Ogudo, or what Magana Wako.
Kofi, talking about policies, maybe so 24 economy, why and then?
Now, sir, or your policy, be a Yampedia Band today, free SHSD, NDC, BBI, we want to make sure we put down legal frameworks because, like a moving train, some modern and CSN from a bumper now to the wire basa. Just like you did, every policy that was rolled out by the MPP was not well scheduled, planned. So the 24-hour what 2 hours
maybe sign 24 into meet here.
We are putting in place the legal framework. The legal frameworks, and that is what we are on it.
A policy doesn't need a legal framework.
Who told you that?
There's a difference between
no, listen. No, my brother. My brother. We are putting in place all the legal frameworks to ensure that it becomes sustainable. Master, your program, Abba. We need some
Kofi. 133 in the page. Okay.
And I did legislate on it.
No, Ghana for 1 year.
Also legal framework.
A 4-year mandate. Nyabutel. No. We are rolling now. We have to make sure there. Whatever. No. Yankede Abaye campaign. Yankede 1 first year, 6 months or 2 years. No, yes, this is something we are going to roll out. It's when Yabutel one trend. On you giddy to the free SHS here. Basa. Believe in us. We still have a mandate. No. What I'm trying to say
is Charlie, I just wanted the clarity on the 24 icon. Also, I have legal framework.
No, we are putting measures.
Now
he says something else.
I think Monkasa, Pacho.
What I'm saying is that
24-hour economy, baby.
It is a transformational agenda.
Okay.
And I said, if you see the roadmap, how we're going to link the north to the south, the industries we're going to bring up, putting even the Kosomo dam and blah 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 to use.
And only 24.
No.
Mami Bisao, timelines been near here.
Kwame, there's we have what the timelines is that it's not 4 years.
No, like your mandate.
Okay. No.
Yes, my mandate is 4 years.
President Mahama Nyame Adoma after 2028 when he hobium.
Yes.
Into 24 economy can say more the framework to join. Maybe say timelines near the share roll out.
It could happen tomorrow.
It's only timelines.
I tell you. No, so we didn't say that.
Framework.
We didn't say that you're better than first year or second year. What I'm saying is that
okay.
Any moment from now.
Okay.
I'm saying I'm very much confident there. By the end of this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see there. We've done it.
Okay. By the end of the year.
Best of ships.
133.
No, it will start from there. Now, Kwame Enyima.
No, it will help everybody.
Kwame Enyima.
Catch him.
What's in there? The devastated state of the economy near Batueno. Just like that, you have to take time and restructure, and that is what we're doing. So have faith. Today most yesterday, we started with a forex. You've seen it.
Don't
The
forget
cost of
you
living
sold
has
your
come
manifesto
down.
to us.
Inflation has come down. These are some of the things we
I know
do.
they are mostly near berry.
We'll say,
Stick to
but
the issue.
it matters. It matters.
Momo breast with the
From
tomatoes.
23-24% to 5%. It should indicate to you that we are serious about what we're doing. They say, Mama Kinde, it's going to happen, but we have to make sure it is a master plan. It is not just a knee-jerk lunch. We have to ensure that all
So
the
there's no
frameworks-
timeline.
No, I'm not saying that. We can roll out tomorrow, next week, or any time, but it has to be properly grounded. That is what I can say.
Thank you very much. Kofi Akon Nuku Oyemra Shebedweni evaluate Jira and Ten and Kano. Oh, there be something no church.
Chairman, you know that where
Oh, now they.
no, so we the tardy for
I
TV.
timeline.
What's the legal framework?
Chairman,
Great. Intino Godwin Akogan, Deputy Communications Director of the NDC. Also, Chairman General, relax, please. By the first week of next month, you will have everything you need to know about the 24-hour economy rollout. Akogan, may I say thank you. Ain't next one.
Or see by next month.
By the first week of next month.
First week.
That's
a best.
Latest
Latest by 7 July.
In fact, it was actually the major anchor upon which the NDC campaign rested.
Yes.
Now, which month are we in today?
June.
Yes.
That is 18 months after they were elected into office.
Yes.
Next month, now we normally roll out plan. Not the rollout to the plan.
Yeah, but so Tienya Kufika or say they had to ensure some men, Papa.
There's something legal framework.
You see, Chairman, free part policy, did they require a law? Because a policy, you see, when you are making a promise, your communication is very clear. Who can say, yeah, the policy being ever. It will say there are policies that will require some
legal backing,
but this is a fiscal policy,
yes,
of some sort.
Your understanding. Your understanding.
No, anything to create jobs. What is
your
it? Understanding.
So you mean you can't create any legal framework for anything?
Socio-economic policy.
You see, it was policy that is about labor redistribution and rationalization of labor. Do you require a law? It is a policy that you require. Unless you are telling me, say, your labor laws, because of 24-hour economy, there is a need to amend our labor laws. And we don't need any amendment to our labor laws. Until legal framework, Ben Adiba.
Why don't we wait for first week?
No, but again, you want to legislate on that policy to make it a law. Say, chin, we a private producer, we a private firm, as of funny pamiensa. To do that same job that one person was doing.
Yes.
In which case, once it becomes a law, you are forcing people. In fact, it becomes a mandatory, you can say, arrangement between abiding employers.
Yes.
Which cannot be. You can't look. People employ based on their needs. Labor needs are what inform the choices of producers and firms. Now, say, Mfani said, my company, I don't require external hands and additional hands because there has not been an increase in demand for my services or goods. You are forcing me say whether there has been an increase in demand or not. You are going to legislate by force.
No, that is what I was saying.
No, I'm just saying.
But let's wait. Oh, let's
grant that there will be a rollout
plan. Chief. Yes, Wama. First week July is about 3 weeks away. Intiade.
Different. Is it a shift you're talking about, a 24-hour economy?
What is the 24-hour?
24
we've worked on a bill for it.
But that's the legal framework.
So the shift will be bench on that.
A bill to do what?
My brother, is it a shift you are mentioning?
We are talking about 24-hour economy.
Good.
Which means that production will continue.
Exactly.
I mean, the economy will run 24 hours.
Exactly.
And yes, sir.
Yes.
When you say now it's an authority.
What?
We've worked on a bill to ensure that.
So you've already passed the bill.
So what I'm trying to tell you.
So now it's a law.
Exactly.
Good.
So bench on that.
24-hour economy authority. What is the name of the authority?
Yes.
24-hour economy authority.
You don't know we are working on a
No,
bill.
the point is, me say,
Chairman,
no, you're passing bill. No, now it's a law. No,
then we need an.
I'm not privy to say you're passing a law.
But I'm asking you. I know you guys are working on Bibisa.
it
But
is
my question is, you want
but
to
it hasn't
have
been passed.
a bill?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
No,
fine. It's a law.
Chairman, they are
It's
creating
a
an
law.
alternative
It's a
for
bill.
Yes.
economy.
It's now you are not even done with the bill, no.
That's what I'm telling you, that
and
we are working. We are working.
say next month.
No, because no, I told you, sir.
You see,
simple.
NDC.
The bill you
I
have
think-
worked on.
I think
The bill you
so.
have
You
worked
never
on.
knew that you worked on a bill with regards to the 24 hours.
I know you are working on
You
a
didn't
bill.
know. You didn't know.
Well, if I
You
want to
didn't
go, Imo.
You didn't know. I'm telling you that.
How do you know I didn't know?
Because of the way you
I'm
responded.
asking you, say, how can you legislate on a policy like that? And you are telling me, say, you are going to create a 24-hour economy authority.
Yes.
To do what?
Matipa.
It's a simple question. To do what?
My brother.
And never mind guidelines, though.
Exactly.
Chairman,
And
issues
to
of
ensure that
economics
it's
are not
sustained and
legislated.
guided.
You see, issues of economics are market driven.
Market driven.
What you must
because
say?
we
You
also
cannot tell me,
operate.
say, until Namibia says 24-hour economy
We
authority.
operate
What
free
are they going to
enterprise
do?
economy.
But
Are they
but
going to increase demand?
Atik tie. Near D kind. Senior Kofi no Kukai no. 1. Monday to NNC December 28. 2. OCI framework. 3. Akogana Shayebo. First week July. Let's just
So
wait.
what's your rush?
I am seeking clarification.
Let's wait.
Yeah,
So wait.
For my personal edification.
So wait. Let's
Because
see.
they have worked on the bill.
Uh-huh.
According to him, I'm sure he was part of the committee that did that. Now, my simple question is, and he has even given further information, say,
We're about to- authority.
24-hour economy authority.
Yes.
That is, they are creating another bureaucracy to do nothing, virtually. But my question to him is,
But
he
there's
should-
someone in
he
charge
should
at
show
the
me.
presidency.
and I should explain to me.
Nasora Guzitano is in charge.
Yeah.
I know.
No, say, oh no, is your coordinator said,
A coordinator. Program coordinator.
So my question to him is,
it imrani ho, but the coordinator see ho.
my question to
Yeah.
him is,
Question then.
authority now omo be create no
Yeah.
na Roma omo no ma ye ho eduma. What would the 24-hour economy be doing? What would it be?
And I see entry first week in July. Your question should be answered.
Worked on it, I
No.
just wanted some
No.
basic explanation. Now, Senator,
Kwame.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
We want to ensure, say, this thing we are bringing is sustained. What you say?
Sir.
Exactly.
it is market driven.
No, my brother.
It is a market that
Of
would
course it
decide
is.
whether it will
But I
survive
think
or
where
not.
is that question? Only Anwe.
Exactly. I think Nyabocha.
Meet you.
Listen, like Kwame said, there's a time framework.
Yes.
We're given a 4-year mandate, and we mentioned that we're going to roll it out. But we've learned from experience, especially with regards to the free SHS.
Don't compare.
Don't compare
your 24 hours.
Which was rushed. Which was rushed.
compare the two.
See, we have to give it whatever a legal bearing also doing to ensure that whatever investment we are making in it is sustained. So
what-
relax, my
so
brother.
what is the
Relax.
24-hour economy in the
Relax.
first place?
What is it?
Yes.
It's not just a policy. Oh. It is a whole industry.
Industry.
Yes,
Chairman,
it is a whole
from a
framework.
policy to industry.
You know,
So
from an
okay,
economy zone to everything. You know,
What
it's
are we?
But we have,
What is
we have
happening here?
industries in this country.
Okay, Kofi, maybe say one question based on may let's
Go
back.
back to the
Mpamcho. Obviously, your friend no Lawrence Boachi. Mpamcho Abuche. Lawrence Boachi Efri Nkwanta Kwabre East. Or say me say a 24-hour economy without the forces of demand and supply is nothing but a waste of taxpayers' money. Can the MP explain?
oh, Nakwame.
Or say how will you stimulate demand and
And
supply?
that is what we're doing. See, we're sitting down where the water lake, a huge potential it possesses, is being wasted. You understand? When it comes to food production, we're importing everything, even tomatoes. So the bigger plan is not just a policy; it's to ensure that industries are put in place. We create the ground for industries to be brought. But actually, the bigger picture composes factories, industries, transportation, and everything. And see, basically, what I'm trying to say is that yes, on the campaign trail we said the 20, but we've sat down to see there are some additions we need to add to, and that is why, to your surprise this morning, I'm telling you that we've worked on a bill in Parliament.
Okay.
It should tell you how serious we are.
Chairman,
No, my brother.
No.
So whatever we need to do
Honorable.
to ensure that
Honorable. Take it easy. Now, a policy. The policy. You came out with a policy.
yes.
Chairman,
Campaign.
I think
nobody
maybe.
can legislate on demand.
No,
It
you
is
have to
market
create
driven.
it.
No,
You
but
create
I
it.
see those
We have an
stimulate.
opportunity
How?
to create it.
Why? So wait for the
exactly.
Wait for the framework.
Yeah, exactly. How does water lake stimulate
Why can
demand?
it not? If we're able to,
what stimulates demand is income.
Okay.
That's simply, this is basic economics. Adia Eman Crawford, a demand for goods and services when there is an increase in your real income.
so if the water lake is just there, and through that we're able to expand agriculture. You know what I mean? There's agriculture.
Honorable.
No, there's already demand.
Honorable.
We need tomatoes and we need foodstuffs. The demand is there. The demand is already there. The demand for food is there.
Honorable.
You see,
your major campaign
people confuse
no, so don't we have statistics
for the economic term effective demand?
I think
the two are different. What you say, oh, agree. So once there is produce,
we know there's demand for food. There's demand for tomatoes. There's demand for
there's
demand for
how do you know?
We don't know.
How do you know?
Honorable, maybe say more. Mr. 24-hour economy was your major campaign too.
It was
based on that Ghana fought to Obama.
No, it's not based on that. It's not only based on that.
Oh, so you are discounting the power of the 24-hour economy.
Based on the corruption.
No.
The mismanagement. No, so it is not only that. Don't say that. It is not only that. The reason why the Central region voted for us was not only because of 24 hours. Kwame,
yes.
So they are correcting the corrupt status of affairs.
Maybe say was honorable.
They're just creating
legal backing. What Koti Home Secretariat me bow. Why you coordinator for the program? After now you are going back to Parliament. Akoshi Shemradia Babe to Ochire.
We thought through it.
Oh,
24-hour economic authority.
We've thought through it. Hey. We've seen that there are people who are interested in investing.
You and we want to make sure
we put all the legal, all the processes in place.
What's coming?
You don't have stats. You don't know that there's food demand. There's demand for staple food. You don't know.
You see, internet me person me chire mono. Are they very effective?
Debbie, enya wo na party the 24 economy by. It's enya wo na be chire.
Ono na be chire. That there is demand for staple food.
But now, of course there is.
24 economy is becoming an afterthought because based on your explanation, an afterthought. Unim.
Kwame, I'm the simple thing when you're about man.
That's all.
Exactly.
We
are going to invite you. You come here and give testimony. You come here and give testimony.
July, Ghana function you say Obia Benya Juma
giving testimony on the effects and management, the prudent management of the economy. You come back and testify. I bet you. So by the end of the year, you come and praise us for the 24 hours.
So how we roll down. Formation 133 no. Ebeba da ben.
Ebeba.
Any other ben.
I started.
TVLS
we've started.
Yes, and a police for year Juma 24 hour. Oko hospitals. In fact, when you come to East Lebanon, now farmers, city shops are.
Maybe some DVLA were 24 hours.
I said we've started rolling it out.
Which means DVLA is one of the entities you are working with.
Yes, economy.
If I want to do test driving.
Oko close from economy no.
How much you have for DVLA?
Who told you say 24 hours away? There are some normal be which may daytime and evening time.
Evening time police station. Obi how anadwo.
Yeah, documentation.
Won't me inquire report and
honorable.
Nti anadwo me sorry go.
But who say you scam Ghanaians with your 24 economy?
How?
Yeah, explanation there my HSA. You were not truthful to Ghanaians. Because more many humpo na mo kan ye.
Now what did you say?
I find that say more timeline crown you are find difficult say we catch said time say in the beba until say Akogan so they no wan be say.
Me say
Akogan say by first week July you be.
July. Eti Akogan dey in July. May ho flyers nyama no.
Me say in the next 2-3 months by the end of the year, you come here and testify. So, well grounded. That is what I'm telling you.
Now, a few messages that have come in. This one says, Lamisi Mavis Apeliba, the young lady who explained the 24-hour economy policy at NDC campaign rally at UPSA, is today gainfully employed at the presidency under a single 8-hour shift. While the NDC party foot soldiers who bought into that promise are languishing at home and licking their wounds, Justice Abeku Newton of and they and no by. And then this one says, why in stimulations they would drag the citizens to a 24 appetite? I don't get it.
I like that one.
George is the one
you must have that
sending that one in. And then
the 24 economy.
I can assure you that the 24 economy policy was not clearly thought through before the 2024 elections. It was just a slogan, and it was bought by Ghanaians. Truth is, they are now thinking through to find a way. Kwekwinti, well, I believe Akogan. He says we should give him by end of by first week in July. Akwaku says, Chairman General, do you remember during the campaign they talked about 24-hour discotheque? Akwaku in Botiano Hills. Akugan comes back. What the MP is saying is that we are going to use the Volta Lake to stimulate agriculture, like the Nile in Egypt. The agricultural stimulation is going to induce the factories for production. The same Volta Lake will carry the finished products to Impakadang, where the food are then transported by rail to Tema for export. Multimodal system and structures. Chairman General, the 24-hour economy is on its way. Akogan, Enedi, and
Akogan say, we are moving from consumption to production.
Akogan den waba. Osi obi anhwe animo say first week of July. 24 economy plan no omo de beba enti nkura ni nyina nhwe no so obi ye benya adwuma na adwo nyina dasio obi a enti nkura no mutie ya muntie peace fm ye o se omo de plan ni mutie ye say
na winning we are moving from consumption to production, and also say now the 24-hour
to be told
is export
they are moving from consumption to production.
Export oriented. Whatever we are trying to do to ensure that it is export oriented, my brother.
So we don't do export in
no.
Free zones now, and what was the idea?
But I'm telling you, it
was meant to show up export.
No, you are asking of the 24-hour policy.
Say
you will come back in the next 6 months, 5 months to applaud us with Tobet. Relax. No, don't worry about it.
Program.
Start to make comment. Come on, and I into the French phone. 2 months to elections near your campaign. Just give us the time. Give us to make sure we put this in place.
Relax. So you did not think about it.
No. What I'm trying to tell you is, he's telling us
to be patient. Let's leave them 4 years.
He hasn't
said that. He said we should be patient.
This is the last comment, please.
Yes, I'm listening.
Even if we are coming to put up a structure,
all of us.
we first need to clear the vegetation. You might think, we are destroying the environment. So give us time. We are in the process. No.
This cannot be a standalone policy.
No. Relax.
Whenever
we are in the process
of stimulating demand in an economy,
the mandate.
Then when
we change the policy,
we need to
the economy is growing.
1 year, 6 months, what is your rush? Relax.
We can't afford to Obama because of 24 hours.
Gentlemen, Atik, calm down.
Relax.
Collins, calm down. Because we are discussing 24 hour economy, very last question, maybe sir MP Kofi. How does it tie into the 24-hour markets? The
markets?
Yes. So because what tell me about Volta Lake, stimulating agriculture, export and all of that, how does it tie into 24-hour markets?
No, so Kwame, a place like Axim.
Yes, me too.
A place like Axim. We've always said there, see, farmers, why are farmers going into rubber plantation and others? They want the market. If you tell the tomato seller in Axim that you produce it, because after production, you don't have to worry about the selling. That is an avenue you've created. It is an avenue you've created.
Relax.
I've always been.
Me person heard the synergy between Yawachi and 24-hour markets.
Exactly. What I'm trying to say is that give the farmer the motivation that whatever they produce, there's going to be a market for them. That will be a motivation. Because the cassava farmer in Axim, after they will produce cassava. Even selling it is not a problem. So we are trying to create... No, don't worry about it.
Collins, because market now will 24-hour market.
Yes.
At the end of how does it tie in with export?
Now, Kwame, me you know cassava pure.
Manching.
Most of the times, oil waste. So there's an off-take market even at that place.
Assurance.
If you tell the farmer that once you're able to produce your cassava, no matter the towns, at the bar, you're about at any particular moment. Yes.
Okay.
There's an off-take market.
Oh, your constituency?
Yes, constituency.
Okay.
Relax, brother.
What start?
So there's the promise of an off-take market.
Okay.
As part of the 24-hour market.
Off-take. Okay.
Which gives motivation for the farmers also. Because they say, yes, we're not exporting. most northern region, a lot of people will do a man when you go from Pomonto. So basically, we're trying to link demand
it's
to
not
supply.
Because because of the absence of a fiscal market.
Exactly.
No. You've asked me a question. I'm explaining. Into Kwame.
Yes.
An avenue, a platform for exchange. Is that I say?
Yeah.
So basically, that is what it is. Because I mean, there, when there's an offtake, it helps the farmer to produce, and that is why people want to rubber and cocoa. Because at the end of the day, once on we produce, the selling and have whatever, it's not his issue. It's just a linkage around.
But no, but what it's almost
all right,
almost say under
Collins.
No, but we're going to set up the refineries to that effect.
I need one person at a time. I think me Collins. As a Charles will be because why you come no am. As a TV. With you.
Chairman said,
I take me to
economists, every marketer, they are not talking about a physical location.
No more them.
They are just talking about a certain way interaction between sellers and buyers happens.
There has to be structures.
Please, no. Then online markets wouldn't be called markets. Market is not a physical location.
Not necessarily a physical.
No, Chairman.
There's an online structure.
In economics, you see marketer. They are not talking about
even
structures.
online. They
are not talking about physical structures.
It's just about a certain way interaction between suppliers
a relation.
and buyers and sellers and buyers. Chairman, you don't need a physical location to call it a market. UK, Chairman, more markets.
That's the point.
America, more markets.
There's a framework.
So the idea of the market, the idea of a market is not a physical location.
Yes.
It's just the interaction between buyers and sellers. That is what economists regard as a market.
Yes.
To the extent that wherever there are suppliers and there are or demanding your manu, that constitutes a market. Are you aware?
Demand and supply.
Market? You can call a market. Maybe you go to some places where, in fact, even in Ghana, maybe a month for obi pekunu, obi peyire, where they meet and that know it doesn't necessarily have to be at a certain location.
Sure.
What is here? So market is not necessarily a physical location. Now, or say Nkrofo produces cassava in Axim.
Yes.
And that because of the lack of a physical location in
no Mankasa.
Was it because of the lack of a market?
Offtake. I didn't say physical.
You see, off-takers don't need necessarily to have it. They don't need a market necessarily.
That's what you are saying.
Chairman, me was producer, not me off-taker. Me here say a basic damn na the cassava na be go and sana ma beto.
Transportation issues.
That is precisely what happens. If I'm an off-taker, na me will be a producer and a supplier. Meaning never arrange baby audi cassava and baby go. I could even come to the market to take them.
Yes. So is it wrong to put up a structure? You don't need storage. You don't need
storage. You will come to that. You move back.
Exactly. So see at the markets, they have become storage facilities.
No,
silos.
Economic activities. Economic activities.
So silos don't necessarily. Do we have to have silos in markets?
My brother.
Help the farmers to even construct their own silos and buy buffer stock.
Yes.
They were building silos all over the place.
Silos be
what was the warehouse is be. But you see, cassava is a perishable commodity. Tomatoes a perishable commodity. And the explanation say the market will solve these problems. Say omutona obi antona say so they are discouraged from producing more. As if to say you see market now you tomatoes now the bar market do prevent it from going bad.
We don't need infrastructure with regards to markets in this country.
He asked you a specific question.
What is our priority
the link or the nexus between market 24-hour economy markets now? Any the policy
what is the linkage? I've explained that.
And that is what I'm attacking
You've gotten it wrong.
I'm merely listening to your explanation. I'm not coming up with my own explanation. Say, you see, and Chairman, that tells you, say, sir, policy, it wasn't even a policy to begin with. And in your they are just scrapping, they are just struggling to come up with the beer. Ghana for Becca say,
Akogansi first week July.
But already so much I say a 24-hour economy, 24-hour markets. What I say, which is part of the plan. So if it is part of the plan, the question is how does it fit into the bigger plan? And when I honorable explain here, Chairman Sebi. Me tias here and ye. And me jutum say me na me tias here. Because if you look at the basic concept of economics, your friend markets, you don't need a physical location to be able for people to sell and buy.
So you don't mean the convenience of the customer is not measured. You don't factor it.
What is-
Convenient.
oh.
The convenience.
What is the so? What is the
Oh,
what
my
do you mean
brother,
by
my brother.
convenience?
Kwame.
Yes, sir.
No. What do you mean by convenience?
On pedo better.
Chairman, Fanny said some of the markets.
So why does
Can I finish?
the government initiate or put up structures when it comes to markets? You mean to say we don't?
No, but
don't
we
need
have
those
so
structures?
many types of markets.
No,
We have consumer markets, we have
need to say-
financial markets, we have labor markets. So what is your point?
Argentina buying AC markets. And yes, sir. And I'm saying, say, markets, if you want to, because the 24-hour economy is to get people to produce on a 24-hour basis. And the question I'll be saying is, how does this 24-hour market fit into the bill? And I'm patch say, you don't need, if that is what indeed, you want to do, 24-hour economy, you don't need a physical location for people to answer a man for.
But I think you've made that point over and over again. In the next few weeks, we will know. Entering first week in July, we will know.
Chairman, it's because I did way it was just a slogan.
No,
We have
fine.
said them- we have said them in the past.
Martin, my meeting Collins, we are not call Charles
Chairman,
Collins meeting.
Chairman, say a perennial flood in your bebaso.
Now, so when a simple question, I cannot watch him back and
Chairman,
forth.
once we were scammed by NDC. And you know, yeah.
Baby, but okay, say we were scammed out. Oh, 1 to a moment to make us say you were scammed.
Ghana.
Me too.
Yes, Chairman, I have a wholesale. Minua penny, and come on in the DA. No cranny. And 50 a beatini medium because I didn't show 50 medium because a choir or Fasoa or church 24 market economy.
I owe that.
No crazy after no. I just say you people were ill prepared about
It was just a catchy phrase of
it is a slogan Munjintum. Now, I'm a man who say 24 economy now mobeka ho asem munti menye ye two sa 24 marketing so amoye ho adwuma no what dwene nyina about market or marketing and say ye the physical structure be that's the traditional market say be ever say makola kejetia no de sisi ho but we are saying say enne
synchronizing a lot of activities. A lot of activity.
You can say dreadia and say dreadia ye baby atofo any omo ton ehia and na ye kire say market go ahodo there are so many types of markets. Your consumer market no de say oba beto bibi na wakodi for the personal use. Your labor market you know your fan crofo adwuma
Demand for labor and
your
those
fan
who are
crofo
supplying the
adwuma your
labor.
financial market your online market ne abefo crofo edi dwa eti market na wo kan no an aspect of physical structure bi na wo kan let us know by your person kire o say na ba bi a Ghana economy no your person ye de kokodru no any adwene na wo NDC for etrim sisia tete ko adwene tete ko adwene emabunu na ba na wo see criticize enabling environment mom no na omutimi nya so mfaso de bo won bra no any adwene wo mutrin say oh yenko evaluate dwura enko si market ensi ho ansa na yehunu say Ghana yebetima didwa no ye colloquia. I'm telling you.
Martin, may I say Charles, any comments?
Matia Minian Paz, my ID.
I'm so what to say now here TV no.
Or mine chichiri has had it here in Tuatua, I agree in Tuatua. Ubisa Semina, assembly very, very, very important. And who here?
Yeah.
A 24-hour market.
Market no.
The 24-hour economy. I will share 24-hour economy. In fact, Chairman, you will never be or originally, we hear say Obeka either 48 or 24 or 12 hours. And back home a hospital. I have no kakra. Every say yes, when we constituency 24-hour market a be baho. The papa many hopa name boom. Maybe choose is be some power between 24-hour and in hospital. They can be choose hospital.
Okay.
If we say market there, yes, a year, so be a food year. we hear baby out there then where they be call ama say we be aba beto but say that me nua take kan no say dem man say aba say ye hia e bi kwa hitimi to wa fu no eba betu aka e ma ne den e ma ne yi nti me how kakra mbom say sika ye di ye market which the last time president na say me tie ni yi na sa na kan dia or can about 30 something million dollars for each market. Now share market at Dodo ABC.
Are you sure it was 30 something $million?
Yes.
Ghana city.
Is it Ghana city?
Mommy, let me just speak.
Check. I don't think it was
Is it $4 something million?
Yeah.
So multiply.
Substantial.
I think so. I think it's 30 million. That's a CD.
No, $4 something million.
Okay, you never check it. Yeah.
Yes, per one. It's our $4 something million crop per one. Now share
check me.
About 116 districts now then.
The total cost is $4 billion. Okay, your dollars.
Yeah, $4 billion.
The total is
$4 billion. So divide.
Just how the $4 billion I see.
Chairman.
Pachumami T. Charles.
What do you call it? 260.
Yeah.
61 districts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chairman, over Sikado Doa. Ye body say. Yeah, they quite 24-hour market now.
A total budget for free SHSO.
Chairman.
Yeah.
So Sikai say yadi Chanoko hospitals are hold one now. Sabi aka hot say Sewia any agenda 111 hospitals are hold one various districts near you. Now it me more
400 million.
A bit
billion.
A bit me
the entire 24-hour economic project is $4 billion.
A bit me tria.
But the market is 400.
A bit me tria.
Market is $400 million. Dollars.
Pacho Charles Richie. Oh, I think Mpamcho, Mamintin Namim.
You be a hospital. Oh, here announcement.
Chop ni.
I dear Chama Pa, you can see a be hospital, your commission hospital. The next morning, won't say the padding.
Alcohol.
And she made me feel say, yes, I buy need trim upon say a new massam. I idea how I agree on my emo, and maybe be in a mountain so until or person or ye be a boama and maybe do anything, a be my and can you maybe who say can you bonnet. Nemo baby a dream. I mean, sure, sir. Markets are hold on. I say FCC. I running 24 hours. Man kind of crepa. Your districts are hold on. It be no more. Daytime crowd who need for market. Someone no question no. Men kasa market you market ya de papa.
Nemo.
See ya ebe boa. Nemo mpani for say ye dey hia. And say ya dey fata. Enti mesra ban. Yes, a boshe. Nya boshe yi na ban betime di so. In fact 24-hour economy kra na ahun chechiremu a ahun chechiremu a menuan na anapa ya say obre wo ho sa no because sabi o ya dwen ho na bia na onka ho aban no so dwen ho wie no omo hyeda mfa bibibi sonko bi meto abonte ma yina ntimi ni ho nkomo se de omo ka ho asemi ebe yi ana eyeyi ntino ama menuan mpi no obre wo ne nsema na enya ono a
mama na dwuma
enya ono because you see ebia ye tro manifesto no ahun sensem ye ni kan ni party for kra ani hu nkomo ye ni kan ni parliamentarians ani hu nkomo ya ncheche ma nchere o man yi sire bisi aye on say me kan say ye rekufo ado ekoye interview a na all country education wants maybe that's a funding be free na aba no ko fan sembe e ba pa ko fan sembe bre beto Ghana say but thank God oba no you see your Emma or a free education. However challenge it is, Krano. The jury say one of the I mean I can't say good thing are happening in Ghana. I dear Bakuma I see what my one. Sabi what said dear Ben Krana. Ye man your some tune China. Untim kasa nya de papa da. A free education. Ubia or ye Ghana ni bia. Sabi what do pempen so bit call secondary education bia no. That time basically na nyina no omoko no free aban ba is wedding wato aso ko ade anya papa de senka aban ba nko obi ye credit afiri but me de mesre nkomodi e fa 24-hour economy no kasa no adults dodo nchechemu no ayi bebre
by first week of next month.
Oh chama nchechemu na ayi bebre
and they are confused
because ntam omodi nko na metie ni na because me hu ba bia obi a obetime gina afa so wedding aka wa asem no so ti ase me giri say aban share bo bia aban adwen ne nsusu a wo de share ho bo no obeduru ye no ne ma sesa aban ne ye ni hu nkomo but hard dreams a chairman or my woman. A baby have no physical question be of free work now then I waste. Yeah, me Kokumasia, me concransa. I mean, Chabby mine and I come back and a permit chair. Tell me about me whom I need hospital no Musi ho. A Janamo hospital be.
Yes.
Now him pens who I draw. Ye German a cowroom. Ah, my who say we are I can't say social media. Me she said the SCI
Ashanti.
Any other hospitals just the kind different areas there.
Afari nyina mo jato.
Afari hospital. Aban bia ba. I said, Mammy, so me koye me years ago. Mammy koye me die no chairman. Adina ekum oman.
Apomodena
because you been here take kan. If indeed say cost really about $4 billion na be cost you for all these markets.
No, we have to question.
And no, you know, 24 economy. The projection here 24 economy. But marketing lesser than that.
400 million. Okay.
Marketing lesser.
Chairman, me can't say what the office so pa. Ma o correspondence no. Enanti yen districts ahodo. Ni yen hwe markets ahodo yesi aka wuram.
Debre.
Ya bandi ya go.
Plenty.
Ya di taxpayers money den.
Aye.
Akeka wuram a esi wa. Not even one single person. E kura ko akoto ade den. E wo. Enti da bia ye kofasika. O mani ni bi. Say o mani sika o bosio na dia ya niema eye physical projects amanfo di o mani ye den ebehu ye wi na ade na ye gya to na den na asai kwa. Faso bi eni so. And who drive one? These markets are ye di o mani sika ye sisi what ah. Me say ebi ho one single person say kran ko mu da ayesi ho na ya commission eni so aban sika because you obi sika.
Ebi shares.
Mo me say ho say ampa say senti Ghana ye dia no mde oman na hye yensem say gina fa ye di mo agapade nyina dia man ya some of the things na I aye pese ye ntinka e be ne say ampa na aya mo man nwi Ghana ho kakra if say me hwe sa hospital me hu no nyina mu because say ufa bypass na chi ho a o drive for animu as well go see main Kumasi road.
Yes,
it's you right on na me hwe ba bia mpempenso adrupa ye be jam na so either 4 years or 8 years
mo sha se ko mo tu
be ba no
mo she bi bia se
obi sha se na se wa wi a obi be chama obi be to so chama me no ka say
I think article 36 is clear
so ka se wo ko Kumasi chama
yes
wo ka se wo ko Kumasi na utu anopa obeduro nwumre say the kwan na si aye no
8 years o mo ba Kumasi o
mi MP nebo meba chairman
meje
honorable can be the one na otu den ebi the ya ye o ho a se bi betima to so awie ne se ye o ye kwa ye a new road onyame anye ya doma
na se ebuso ye
new road with new banner
why didn't you finish that no we on it
MP Mr. Wadaroma me bedru just Tuesday me concurrence na meba no
eno no ankasa MP on fa so
chama meba me fa
ono ne kwan da yi ono wo fa central region eko nti o ha na ka no ono on fa
you say there's no contractor on that road
MP minim contractor bi a wo kuma
ah wo de win bisa
contractor was but how many years ni
na mo ntumi eska ko ntumi ntua nkofo we
na Ghana na ye chechire no 8 years ago ana
but not even
amoma aban mu dana kasa no see it is
ngo asakumo no road couldn't finish it 8 years
enti eno kwa na ye be ye na greater Accra major project road infrastructure
Epacho na minko Charles Epacho your mic ni na ma ne suka kra Epacho
MP ekwan ye ya ye nyina ye fa so
na ni gusu yo
me pacho me bo me pacho Wadaroma enye amanyuku asem me nya amanyuku asem tira me ho in fact me fa so no hu to bi e bi say am say o party card on Ghana ha accident be bra esi na no betima ka say e bi fia e nua no driver for nanso dodo na ya kwan ka ho in fact Kumasi kwan wuntimi ndoje photo ye ndoje because ye ni na e free I mean yen o doje ne saying
e free for obeto kakra
so we say buy ya arrears contractors omotua
honorable jai sa de we tin ya to abama jai sa kasa no oh jai sa kasa no
come jai 15 billion in the road sector Omo award contract just
Chena ya adwuma no na jai kasa no na be ka Ghana problem acha ye ne ana.
13 billion.
Ya de mo baba mu munya adwuma no. They say you are reminding us of our problem. What is that?
Million P.
You can say kwan ya was here.
Million P. Bacho.
And so one award is
more abuse no. Too much.
Million P.
Charles. Menya sure say MP no peso tio. Ontio. Why? Ya be ka bi ontio.
Asa ye wura Mahama e ba ban mu no. Bacho na Ghana ye hawo nyina to ntwa ye. And then tintin o ka say ye man ho kwan na omra na ometoa so na onye adwuma nsin aban kora na o hoye and then tin e to aba man so omra and he say me aban dada na niam bi o ye anko yi no say me begina san akọ remind yourself I remind me ho dia na de na mfa so be na me ko to aba and in fact me to aba ma ye wura Mahama because see
there's an improvement
me to aba man say omra na omaye niam sabi eye sonko chain di aban dada dey e ho enti bisra minua hwe minua mp se wofa Kumasi Accra road ahu
Asa be tie.
Charlie Collins say may you microphone there film Charles ka say we
obati dia make answer say chairman
me tie
suma nipa sabi adwuma ne driving and drive Kumasi in and out Bonnie Ben, in fact, me feel Kumasi ba me bedroom someone. I was a midi from someone basic I can't say Pukwasi. Come I say no one me free had a call. Why? Say contract and the yeah. At least one criti a kwanya nipa beti ma faso. Someone me no ka say. A Judah man pon kwan. A kwani mo chemi e ko be 2 years ni. Na no eduru na cars na block. Contractor why you want to say oh yeah say on yeah minim de ekoso e na cars ni bia mini enti he say kwan fast we nya ho fa ya yetimi epie film no me no me hu say TV3 nom UTV nom obi a report me nu MP enye party asemo o firi adwura na oba Kumasi sese a na na mampon road a untimi ma e kwan na si emu achemienu I'm telling you, the Kumasi road na yeno. Sabio obi anwie but o creative bypass. Aban ba ye me ntie ye me hu ye de. Ko ye wura Mahama e kasa nyina no. Okọ abrochira anama no ne a wakasa nyina me te se oka express road hu asem express road hu asem. Chama me kan on nine say me hu se Ghana ase aban bia ba wa hye bibia ase kra wo de akwa awie papa bia ma ye da. Ye kasa currently motorway and no do so machine baby and something this so. Yeah, well, I can't say Cape Coast to Takoradi. Yeah, well, Winneba to Cape Coast. A quine says here, I went to wa. I a boo down on China, China, said it, Tiana Tia. Yeah, I can't say a quine, a denta quine, a
Adenta Dodo
what quine. Me ba be si bibi so.
Charles at the NSC soon. I mean sorry.
Mini MP.
Charles Sisu.
Chairman. All these roads in na yede ensa kan na no. Ye nimpe face ni wi ekura ye den mayen. Meanwhile no. That time na wo ho na I say this sika kakra ye wa ye de be chim na ye be mu say oh ya complete ba ko mienu miensa. Na mo ye betima ye fofora ka ho no. Da bi Omanya yo me yehye bibia ase ade edu pempenso bia it's like yeah project bia no I want any aban na eden end sa aban ni fa yesika no de ko bibi wia na aban foforo ba na wagya to wa say me train da so be win elections no oba na call back to project it's killing this country emwa Ghana na moma yen kasa mu because me fa Kumasi kwan so a me bisa mo na se kwan ye ntimi sika ebe hia dia complete Kumasi kwan no with about 36% na aka no Minister of Roads be ka kire no honorable fine enye car so na me kan
Charles you see from now me say MP no person be ti o
me nu MP won fa kwan no so Chama te say see me kwan ya that botia no ha say fine just from Old Barrier to West Hills Mall. I didn't say taking 1 hour as my job cross. I can't say 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes between no. I said it taking me 1 hour. And no so for
like for 8 years, 8 years.
There's no need to have an election.
Okay, me you munyina frimu na emise omakuma tom yem no mujai back and forth na be kasa na utie kokroko jumedie anope Reverend Charles Owusu ewa Atik Mohammed wa Kofi Akonuku mrashebedweni evaluate jira ana Collins Owusu amankwa nankwa mrashebedweni Menshia North ewa anope enkomodidi enuma na yekopi say 24 economy na ababedru hey na this one says, Franklina says, Chairman General, even in Germany, we don't have 24-hour economy. The NDC should pay attention and listen to Charles Owusu. And then the 24-hour economy policy has become problematic for the NDC. They don't have a solution for the slogan. Kweku Ejek, well, Kweku, as you heard earlier, Godwin Akogan, who is the Deputy Communications Director of the NDC, says first week of July, Yabete Ehunsem. And then this one says, ask Reverend Charles Owusu, is he happy about the LGBTQ bill passed? Gamel from Ewutu Obrachre. All the roads in Ghana are in bad state. Now in Ghana, there's no short distance. Albert sends that one. And then every long journey has an end. And like the Chinese adage goes, 1,000 miles starts with a step. If Akogan says first week July, we can humbly wait to see it happen or not. Dr. Eronedu UPSA. And then I think that our challenges as a nation is that when there's a change of government, we always want to reward party faithful. And so we take up new developmental projects that are at various stages of completion before the takeover are left. I'm sad, Eric Ampon-Saboateng, tax experts, and no by tell the MP that if they don't finish that express road before Mahama's time expires, we'll hold people to court for causing financial loss to the state. And asking what stopped the NDC from completing the Kumasi Road Kofo started. Kofo is asking, with all due respect, the 24-hour economy is the most useless policy to have been proposed by a party and government. Now they are adding 24-hour markets. Wow. My regards to Atik Mohammed, Kwejo Ahodo says so. And then Befi says they should stop adding salt to our injuries. The 24-hour economy was just a political gimmick. Chairman General, the President Akufo-Addo-led administration completed more e-block school projects more than the President John Mahama administration that introduced and started the projects. Charles Nite Ekotego in Tantra Hill. The 24-hour economy is now like a rushing flood water. It's enveloping everything it finds in its way. 24-hour market, irrigation along the Volta Lake transport, rubber plantations, etc. Soon, the NDC will link Peace FM's ability to broadcast 24 hours as part of the success of the policy. Akogan should be assured that we'll keep reminding him of his dead line. Kwekwinti sends that one. Well, it is coming up, he says, first week. Let my brother Collins Owusu Amankwa understand that the NDC and MPP are founded on different ideologies. The NDC's social democratic philosophy prioritizes social interventions and broad-based economic growth, while the MPP's property-owning democracy focuses on individual enterprise. This difference explains why 24-hour economy is a panacea to economic conditions and social programs. Musa Abattoir in Asawase, NAD, Eno, Ebai. So Formula 133 now seems like Formula 419. And that is Parquet who sends that one. Charles, meet me, Pong.
No, Chairman.
Some beja to me some nipa ba kwa kasa na iti ade. Anya sa mepon because I say
Bibi I was a flooding one some of the buy. Bibi cost na. I mean you can find free answer. But Peter utie me afa mfoni to ho na obi ahwe bi. Onia edura me fifi a me ba. Me try Empire Cement.
You
say your outer lane no. Outer lane no fa eba be si hospital I say ehun aba asema children hospital CBB and I say me. Akawe hospital. Ena abobo ya eso baller. Omaji kwan no from Empire Cement. You see, I can say Akawi Hospital. Some of the book pay 200.
Huh?
Missy Peter and Fantona, so they are 2 hours. I'm sure say a T4 on Facebook. A book pay 200. No, they be sick room. Somebody go here. Somebody go here. And it's almost we are not so many baby. And I dear son, I do. So we don't pay no more then. Over Kugu. Ghana ha media many or penny yard. Pass indiscipline. And I'm fladder air cosmic being an air fire grim. Or my minim the high end the chama me up of rana mene men ananeti. Na sa mena a pre baby tankers for. Anom ye juma. In fact, tankers ni chiwa. I can say you come for Supreme Court.
Peter Diatus,
yes. Ojo Manje.
Omokoi.
We need your moko. I see your moko on 2 ball and you say one fan got 2 and 2 mobium. Say somebody call you, somebody call you. And this people.
They almost go to Teku.
Uja ma adia sam me si won be hwie gu ba bi on pe bia. Awia kro mo hwie gu na anopa. Enti me ntiase o man mo. I mean me ga South Assembly the krade. Me nim the nti o mo de. Me I don't know.
To say yentum.
Me nim the kro mo ye o ga South. I mean because problems are yo that ga South or no. Me dwen wa me ntiase. How?
We need to ban plastic use, single plastic use.
Any power we are my mama sabi o chama. I don't know. I was say ni pa kwakra hu hia nsa nti no. Ensuo fani pa eye bibi keke ade chia ye transia kwachacha ye ho ne yi a o ade chia foforo be san de ababi. Mama enti ase say sabi animdie fo me ati ase afi ensuo betopa. Enti mama ye discipline na ye nhwe kwan ye fa so a ye toto niam egu monten so basa in fact, study ye near my man, no, it's a simple baby. Yes, I say, you name the ye. Look, you name how na you order that. Meanwhile, yes, so a baby are not charming a baby who come. I feel better, charming, so I try any flat home come over my. But the end, on so dear, a Tony Remo. E onyame hyehyeye obi eni obetima asi ho kwan sensuo den ento ne mo ye hyehyeye a ye beye a ebe boa si onyankopon tom nsuo ama na be boa nipa wan nyame nsuo a otoba asase so no enye ne boni so because chama nsuo anto a enipa kra ntimi entrance asase so ma ne yi because obedi di o obenum o obe de ben o e nsuo enipa ho ode ankasa ankasa kra ne nsuo so na den ejina enyina aduane so ya ho ode nyina ye nsuo je obetima decide say wonidi ne mo ntimi desire nsuo so eden onom for some time obewu enti nsuo ya de papa e de manipa
na mom
oman yesu ne ye ban nti nsuo kura ta asa yankopon de no mi bi na eden e ba yen so tama yesi se ameti yesi se nsuo mu na me nkofie ne
because ntimi nko
because me boni bi aso so nsuo statistics ya se me pia monte na nsuo mu na pe me nkofie ne because kwan no untimi nko nti wo ha ho ya kwan bi asa kan major road from here to Takrade me nua dey say offer so bi me boa say and you hu me boa where's this more urban na nya yi what's this more kwa
it's about indiscipline
say see aye kan gata na e wo STC traffic light na se
Atala horn baby so
what Atala one o come on na there's a traffic light bi o and no for na ko STC o na chairman gata no esi eyi mu nti say ensuo I say ensuo no e na me no ka say sene wo kwan mu sa wa enti kwan no ye nya 1 lane na ensuo na fa 2 lanes oni na tie na fa 2 lanes e na nipa no nya kwan na ka na nya 1 lane the other side is so I senka na tie egu okwa na ko be ye free wa me nya on so na tie na san ko fa another 1 lane e na aka 2 lane wa sometimes ejuma ye dia hye nipa nsa say enye no amanyo sem no ho ye de chain o minor sem cause bibia e be ka bia no say na menu kan ye no 8 years ago 9 pp ni ho but it's about 8 years ago o how na e wo ho a obi antiman so avunti ene ye to aba me media me susu ne say niema obi antima anya ne yie no oba na watima be ni abo abaso ama dem amwa ko anim na mom de e course sese no aban ho wo mu bi American assembly no ho wo mu bi because a dan ahodo a yesisi every day na yesisi no waterways no ye twan ma se ebremu nkofo mu sidan no but dan ye twan am yesi wie boss ma obi ko tran dan mu be 20 years ye wie a yes we sidan no e wo nsuom na assembly no wo fanye.
Good question.
And the chama mesre mama yanki kan ehu eye because especially me kwan say but don't free more national come ho a kwan no chama obetimi anka wo kwan na wa bokachi na so wo car na wonam the what car no obi na nte ko obetimi akwa agiawo chance sabi o driver na me hwese woduo na mo frank tenkete ko school na ensuo gata bi o sa na nkora na be kachiri akora de sabi won mi yansa wodi akora we kora betima try say wo simi den ahwe ebi efa ofa ensuo no fa obi ne mamienu e wo mo mi na wuye nti mesre yewura minister kan say Kofi Amabo Kofi bi nim say wo ye adwuma den part
on your lands and natural resources.
Natural resources your friends
Local government.
Me can we road minister
Roads minister.
Agboja government.
Everyone was say ye di ministry akese ministry amani pa ba kon environment any lands and natural resource and environment no atofam because you see even natural resource plan enya some kitwa esopa na mi probably be yin na still na yewura Mahama still how my environment minister there no
Kofi Amabo
pa jo me the time na ye adwuma
sama me say aban na famu die na yen so aye wo man mu no
ye be there
so yen fa anidie ne ebuo ma yen ho
Martin Charles
sabe yen nsuo ba emfa yen ko
Charles Medase. Now, Kwame, indeed, if building a 24-hour market across the country, that's 261 of them, will bring us a 24-hour economy. Then we have some existing markets across Ghana. Why don't we pilot the 24-hour economy in these markets and see how it works? I tell you that most of these markets will become white elephants even if we're able to construct these markets. As a local government analyst, I can tell you for a fact, we're going to throw good money away for nothing. Andrews Bediako, former MC, German South Municipal Airward Drobo, ND, and no Ebaye. And then, okay, you say we should print today's date. Well, I believe Akugan says 1st week July. So let's just wait and see. Kwame, here in Dubai, there's nothing like 24-hour economy night market close at 2 a.m. Only few grocery stores operate 24 hours. And that is, okay, you don't add your name. And then, tell Charles Owusu that the Aboboya guys are doing the same thing also in Kumasi. I see. Okay, interesting. Kwame, 1st week of July, they'll come and give us a different story. You watch. Amankwa in Hamburg. That's in Germany. In the meantime, birthday blessings to you, Captain Bruce Tego of Africa World. Happy birthday to you. Keep flying, Captain. And then also to you, Patricia Ellis Agre of Aguna Swedro. A very good morning to you, Patricia Ellis Agre of Aguna Swedro. Is from Amanya Kwa Arthur to you. And birthday blessings, Nyamedo Akusia Penamang Amufa. Wherever you are, Nyamedo Akusia Penamang Amufa. Birthday blessings to you as well. And happy 40th birthday, Stefana Mamia Ba Benua Kwanza of EcoBank Consumer Commercial Banking. Have a good celebration, Stefana Mamia Ba Benua Kwanza. It's from Mami Biama Kwafo of Despite Media. MP, another 5 minutes near upon.
Kwame, that's it.
Yeah.
Now, Modin can remember so fun there. There's no road it has to do with funds. You pay a cover not the whole year 20 billion Ghana cedis. As of just this year, early this year, we've cleared almost about 13 billion. Into a be a new agent. Into so for a penitent, but it takes funds, and we are doing it. Now, the area Kumasi Express route, I don't share the usual one on BJ. That is not the modus operandi of this government. Rest assured, because you're no money with 8 years. Just Ame Metisakumono. Even from La Pam to just that junction, into my yet. And see, Just relax. It has to do with funds.
Collins, Okus Crossina, if you are Mekwati Kwamepong.
Now, Kwame, there so for the cases or casting be with this hospital the same semi wabi. But Bonya Jeffy, the Deputy Defense Minister, watch him. Now, let me just a brief for you. This hospital we are mentioning, you're starting when? January 2027 by the NDC government.
January 2027?
No, remember. It was started in March 2014.
Okay.
And that's His Excellency. No. Which one did you mention? Afari.
Afari started under J. Kufo.
No. Okay, let's. You don't worry. Okay.
History ni.
Now
you home baby free ba.
No. His Excellency President Mahama cut short for the construction, the 500-bed military hospital. We're talking about the 500-bed.
And that is Afari military hospital.
And see, the project was not at all cost $180 million. Now it was to be completed in 42 months. Not sure even after us in 2018. What bay in Kofu Bay, Ashanti region, Kumasi area is their stronghold. In Tia Kansemon Panche before Agenda 111, to them was hurricane. They should have finished that before they went otherwise. And structure now we there, but until the more. When it comes to hospital facilities, there is the infrastructure, no components of until obviously then we were about no chede actually able to be it takes time. Look at it. By January 2017 the civil act was about 90%, but installations was way beyond even 10%. We've not left it all. We've not left it. And see, after meeting the contractor, listen to what you see there or a structure. The contractor is demanding an outstanding of $7 million. Claim 1. Claim 2. $78 million. Just on that project, I will wonder, this is what the MPP did. Kumasi and a facility to serve as the original, is it the original hospital or something? You could military hospital. You didn't bother about it. Now, all you wanted the last time I saw. I don't know. No, but this is what we owe the contractor. As of today, Kwame, $78 million. It is somebody Hey, we are trying to raise money to finish it, and it's something we'll do. This government is not insensitive. We care about the people. Ghana for him there or two Abama and solve a problem. We are solving it, but it has to do with funds because in there those times they were even getting a donor funds. U.S. President, so the health sector is struggling. As we speak now, listen, it says biomedical and mechanical installation is only about 5%. Now, what be a surgery, it's just about 5%. But we started negotiating with the contractor. Complete. I mean, there. That is one reason Asante region what 2 TMPP, and this time I will complete it so that we get full of their votes. That's what it is. You went past it, but that's the structure. Now, Kwame, when it comes to flooding, I am discuss because it is an issue affecting and the amount of money we lose annually. Annually, in all, we've lost about 2.2 billion Ghana cedis. When it comes to property destructions now, in Accra alone, 400 million Ghana cedis every year. Now you be saying, what is the cost of it? Indiscipline. I think that is about time we have to push for the ban of single-use plastic. It's a problem because the sewage system is in crisis, and we are solving it, but it takes time. If we can ban single-use plastic, but let me commend His Excellency John Dramani Mahama with some of the initiations he's taking. Obey Mahama, President Bay, Otukwan. But when it comes to the devastations he faces, he has started solving them already. Like we said, excavators is easy or drip machines, for example, in my area, we don't have excavators, but we are committing almost about 70 excavators. Even every district in Poe, one excavators it can help in the drilling. You
mean the seized excavators?
Seized excavators
from illegal mining,
seized excavators. From time back, what you over 500 pieces a young baby we are putting it to use, and that is a good policy. No, me patch there.
MP, let us say, you next for me.
Kwame, when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has set up an interim pro advisory on this flooding thing to ensure that we look at the solutions. And then also soon they roll out KPIs for MMDCs and all those people there. They should fall in line. But I'm saying that when it comes to flooding or any problem, we are the government surely will be playing the part. But I'm now also there to account no one of them. It is the margin because the causes, the ills and distractions already.
Medase Kofi Ako Nuku MP evaluate Jura and Nobaye. Oh gosh, well, Mina, I'm still shocked that Atiq Mohammed isn't grasping the connection between the 24-hour markets and the 24-hour economy. Easily put, the stores in the newly built markets will be leased to 3 people. Yeah, Titi and 2 others, and they'll run them on 8-hour shifts. It's as simple as that. Oh gosh, in Elmina. Charles Nite Kotego says, even Kejetia Market, Makola Market, Kantaman, Tokwatwaba, Market Circle, and many other big markets don't run 24 hours. How much more a market in, say, Bole or a market in some remote area? Judgment indeed has fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their sense of reasoning. Charles Nite Kotego in Tantra Hills, NAD, no, Ebai. Atik, Yanko, another 5 minutes.
Chairman, I say, floods, CD, and Chairman, we are becoming fatigued talking about floods. But let's say a sino, a second one. And I am a bit shocked. Say, idea ACA, Mampenisi or Nobeti Committee. Now, Oma assess it. Look, this is not the first time this happened. This is a perennial affair. We experience floods, and reports upon reports have been produced. What we need is action taken on these reports. And we all know some of the proximate causes of these floods. Near the kind, Yagate are silted. What do we do? Anyway, it requires action, not a committee to tell us that the gutters are silted. That is the first thing. The second issue is why are we still constructing open drains in this day and age? And the third issue is, how is the sanitation management regime in this country? We have monopolized the management of sanitation in this country. And also another major problem. You diversify the sector, make it, invite and attract as many participants as possible. And we share the layers of sanitation management now. Collection need dear, I say, dear kakra wahum, minka say, dear manubruso, but at least fairly well, dear wahum. But when it comes to the disposal of waste, zero. And we been na sofu eke. Say ya kosi sanurano and a bola omo di kwanhi. Where to dispose of the waste? It's a question, it's a problem. And then we are still using landfill sites to dispose of waste. We can actually turn the bola, which is waste, into useful resource. Ebimukra export waste. Ebimu generate electricity from waste. Then we have to go to the next site, go and dig another huge AE. That is not how you manage, and that's not an efficient and sustainable way of managing waste. And we should be looking at what do we do when it comes to the disposal of waste. And my suggestion is Abai should drink when I recycle your waste, create some incentive regime for microphone person recycling of waste in this country to get involved. And I will come to the issue of enforcement, but answer and also one say Ukwamanone, Nientia Manone, and yes, Omu papa, but Ukdruwa, baby, clean because they've made provision
for those things.
For those things, Ukita waste to be a person disposal of in every you can say within some short interval be unantia be dustbin. Now the person di kotum now they are kotum. You see, indiscipline, there's nothing like the natural goodness of man. Say, Nyankupombo, Nipei a good armor. Until we jana obey near so ye, obey near fata. There be. So you have to have strict enforcement regimes. We have only bylaws governing sanitation. And media, if it's at this point, I who said this is a serious national emergency. We should have a national law on sanitation with a penal regime. Say, ye obi a or two pure water anabibi. Nipa no yemfa nko gina assembly bia. It should not be left to the assemblies alone. Bylaws are not very enforceable. What I said, I'm not even sure they are prosecutable. And one say assembly you can fine you. That's the best they can do. But say what national sanitation law I'm wrapped down. We only have regulations and action plans. We don't have a national law on sanitation.
We even have sanitation court to prosecute environmental issues.
I'm not sure.
It's
just bylaws.
So
It's just the bylaws. So we can have a law.
Depends. The government.
We have bylaws. Let's have chairman an act. A sanitation act.
So the government.
Wow, when you are found throwing anything indiscriminately, you can be fined. You can be jailed. Ghana for who say is if we criminalize bad disposal of waste, chairman, Ghana for would fall in line, and we won't have to talk about the issue of Ghanaians being undisciplined or not, because we Ghana obey your pay. But on himself, Mrada, and again, so why chairman, Omudia Choboy Center. You bet me, we can make good use of IEA. What does he say? I bet Choboy Center. Yeah, the slogan here in Kwan Omudi. Let's have your friend is saying sanitation gas and our brigade, whichever name you want to give it to them, or you want to give to them. Senator Beya, you want to say Zoom Lion for Mube Tamil from Zoom police, Nyomubua police way. Chairman, if we have a version of them, they'll be working with the community. We used to have hygiene officers, community hygiene, graduates from community hygiene, town council for no. Chairman, we can revive it or even modernize it and attach them to the inspectors. Chairman, you bet me as idea, but then we attach these YA recruits as sanitation gas. Omudiani say markets, lorry parks, baby, yenim say amount for ta edifin 200. Let them be the ones doing the monitoring. Look, it's going to raise even revenue for local assemblies in the sense that the first option is for you to be fined. If failure, then they can prosecute you. Trust me, chairman. Some waste a amount for to a blocky drains in the ebijai. And the other issue is rubber, plastics. Mamin fa no entra to. Yes, chairman. Anytime there is BBR that upsets a market, if it's an externality, BBR amount for a year the normal flow of the way I see flow no. Usually you introduce a tax. And the emphasis is say plastics are a big problem. When you say pure water plastics, Ghana, we introduce an ad valorem tax on it. NMA pure water bokra cost room maybe. But as it's not effective, there are two options. Either we ban plastic bags completely, and it should not be the responsibility of the shop owner to give you a plastic bag. Chairman, look, Tesco, baby, you go and pick the bag, you scan it, they charge you. It ranges from 50p to depending on the type of plastic. We are because the next time we come, but black rubber, not the amount. But if we make it in such a way, say, wow, we run shop.
So either we ban plastics or we make it expensive.
We make it expensive.
Okay, I think my comment in I'm going to Chief Nami fan. Sorry, so but before that, this one says, what is the MP saying? Moving on, one way to deal with the perennial flooding in Accra is to relocate the capital city to avoid excessive human congestion. Lawrence Boachi, A.K. Buche, sends that one. And then, is it not interesting that we say that the economy is doing well, but we cannot pay nurses, we cannot pay teachers, we cannot pay cocoa farmers? How is this possible? And then, another interesting one on Afari, Abia, I think some of it here we are. Former Deputy Defense Minister Kofi Amankwa Menum or say, what am I hearing about Afari? It cannot be true that we owe the contractor an amount of $84 million US. The only contentious claim was an amount of $19 million US. The contractor kept telling us that all the needed equipment were in a warehouse. As at the time the MPP was leaving office, the sewage system was what was being fixed for the hospital to start operations. Kwame, nobody can convince me that we owe the contractor that amount of $84 million. Kofi Amankwa Menu, former deputy minister.
Yeah, we need to investigate the claim of 84. No, sometimes contractors need to take advantage of changing government. Ube huwa no muni nkrofu bi akwa kanana no mudi kafu fratu yesu na yetua. We need
Chief Bremniapo.
Chairman, may I say
84 million.
Chairman, on the issue of Afari Military Hospital, no. Martina Mrashe Bidjam paying. That time when I was vice chairman on Defense and Interior Committee, now I'm also a chairman for Government Assurance Committee. In project, Pempensua, ye dekusi ye a ye di free abaimo. Enemy nim adwempa ya man penyi dada John Ejekum Kufo. Edwene ye say there be o bankra memu ha ye wo 37 military hospital. The ho be here say ye benya bi so was anti-mantenet me serve northern part of Ghana. Nunti or the so the project in air call Nyanche Niasi. So Nyanche Niasi ena then she say any Natia the air call. We na that was 2008. We na ya koto abani Lucy year 2009. Next year free abanimo. NDC ba ye no. What they could do at that time, they say, Omo ye say, Omo yidi free asante mantem. No more dia kotamale. And Asama make catch away. We nearly fought on the floor of parliament. Asama make catch away. We battled them. That time was MP, Dr. Napo and others.
When was that?
You knew. You asking me. That was 2014. Because Parliament 2013, say honorable Missy Macho. What is the mention? Me person me chere say. Project no as a time a year free honor. Now project no there. Now in terms of operations, there not BBI said to has to do with sewage issues. Now any contractor no eka. Inte now ba bet na be penti picture be say at the end of crown ye ora Mahama and launch in 2014. Na just say woni me woka. Oh, me ba. Honorable me person kwan asem no jaika. Ghana yan chechire no about 8 years ago. Emra ye ba ben mu no. 2016 year ban. That 2017 year ban na mo jaka bebre.
Akasai. Na yesai.
Oh, so be
honorable aban bia uja katina na say legacy ya de mawa both liabilities and assets. Inte no de yenjin tumusa. And I want to put it on record say MPP1 MPP2 they are constructing more roads, more interchanges than any government in this country. Honorable me pacho meba. Governance a continuous process. Enti wa bano. Enutina Article 36 is clear on that. Directive principle of state policies. Meba there are certain national projects oba brabet wasuneja kasano. Mama kasem cho na meba. Honorable eti just say your commission ye use nyina na ye deka. O sa
billions of Ghana cedis.
Ya o de ya ye titwa so. Mo abano mo de mo
No, we are paying.
Pay contractors. Oba uchiaka. Oba no uchiaka na watu aso. Kasa ne doso. Wona be remind you problems ana. Ti say do man panyin mama be ka che say Accra no e dabe poase. Why na nim say Accra dabe poase? To go Belarus na nsem na wo kanam say o man panyin. Asamba na okay. A solved problem is a dead campaign issue. Problem na yen o kan ho asem no oba na wa solve no ano no obi admi fanye campaign bi
Eguso.
what dem che na mo oba remind yen e wo krom ha hwe market a wo kan ho asem yi 24-hour market economy started way back when electric light was introduced in the world. What dem che no police for 3 shift almost 30 ene. There are certain places even in Ghana 24-hour economy need to be running. O PBB o konya bi. Your pharmacies back wo East Legon has say 24-hour and no say medium minimum. In fact, your niama bebre and no my way mu dada operate at 24-hour economy. But we are talking about
export driven.
In economics, and nothing I say Dr. Baumia represent the next leadership. Digitalization, any digitalization, the minimum. One will say, physical location of market, but economics.
But you can't
economics.
leave out. You can't leave physical structures out. It is part of it.
In economics, market is not necessarily a physical location.
You're talking about the construction of the 24-hour market. I'm telling you that you can't do without it.
No,
It is
what
part
I'm
of
saying
it.
is a never be
I didn't say that.
but a country a build the cashless economy. Our mindset, I'm saying Dr. Baumia represent the next. What's saying? And I'm saying, if you are saying baby, if you are saying economy. Chairman, honorable, if you are saying baby, economy. Any argument that this vote in the day. Yatina Modiako. Etina, you can say, oh, really? The future. Baumia is the future of this country. In terms of the policies or debetua, what was the honorable? Oh, online business, will you be? Online banking, will you be? Financial market, business is a labor market. It has nothing to do with physical location. I say the structure be akwa kosi baby. Me person me just say ne baby anim de e duru no ewiase kono. Yan ko bi ewiase ne beja yen ho. Now on the issue of perennial flooding. Look. Asem no yakan, yes. Now the issue of indiscipline. Ena afi ye kan ho asem. Now so what's the essence of leadership? Ato abama ban your law enforcers. In fact, we have beautiful environmental laws in this country. Very beautiful. District assemblies, no, and answer local assemblies, no, authority. Say obi eye adia enya obi unauthorized structures. Ni nyina amra why to deal with them. Those who are building in waterways, emra how to deal with them. Adia bi ona yenye. Emra ni ho dia e na ye ka se emra bi ani ho. Emra ho. But you see, because of corrupt mindset in Tino, it appears said the land is corrupt to extend that local assembly is also compromised. And Obia Kojisika, planning department per him say, aha ye waterlog, aha, ye see dancing who are in ye. Wakojia demudie, and a washama quabrane, erected structures. And now choky drains in this country. It's a major drainage system. Mayani and Kasa Yaboka Kakra Yayenokrano is being choked. Now, Yaba Bedru say, okay, yes, CZ excavators been to Yebe release the Ama Nadmo.
Yes, resource them also.
No, honorable. Me person me say, adie bi ebe bia.
Also for just.
Ebe boa o man ni bia. Me na me support of it.
You know, Miss Medasi.
I think Medasi. Honorable Nuku Medasi. Chief Medasi.
Yes, that's the chairman.